In this video, we will be taking you through the contract change notice, giving some background on when and how the notice is to be used, and what information needs to be included when publishing one. The intention behind the contract change notice is to make the important decisions taken during the lifetime of larger contracts more transparent and open to scrutiny by interested parties, as modifications that may occur during the life of the contract can affect the value, duration, requirements, and other elements of the contract. A contract change notice must be issued before modifying a public contract, which is a contract with a value above the threshold amount for the type of contract, or modifying a contract that, as a result of the modification, will become a public contract, also known as a convertible contract, as detailed in Section 74 of the Act. A contract change notice can cover multiple contracts that all stem from the same procurement process. This could happen, for example, if a contract is divided into lots with multiple awards, but they all still result from the same tender notice. A contract change notice is not required for certain contracts. These are defence and security contracts, light touch contracts, and contracts awarded by a private utility. UK government require contracting authorities to publish modified contracts for any modified contract valued over £5 million. This requirement will not apply to Welsh contracting authorities unless they modify a contract awarded following a procurement under a reserved procurement arrangement. The following information must be included when publishing a contract change notice, though please note that not all of this information will be required in all circumstances, and authorities should refer directly to the regulations and associated guidance, as this information is only being provided as a general guide to the notice requirements. The information is information about the contracting authority, the title of the procurement, the unique identifier relating to the procurement, the unique identifier relating to the contract, information relating to each supplier which is party to the contract, the estimated date when the contract will be modified, the date the modification will have effect, whether a voluntary standstill period applies in accordance with Section 76 of the Act, and, if so, the duration of that period, confirmation of whether the contracting authority is making the modification to a public contract or convertible contract because the modification is covered by Section 74, paragraph 1A of the Act, covering, for example, urgency in the protection of life, unforeseeable circumstances, materialization of a known risk, additional goods, services, or works, or transfer due to corporate restructuring, as well as an explanation of why the modification falls within one of the categories listed. Details of any change as a result of the modification to the estimated value of the contract or to the term of the public contract or convertible contract. Where the modification is one which is described in paragraph 9 of Schedule 8 of the Act, relating to a transfer on corporate restructuring, for each new supplier party to the contract, the supplier's name, the supplier's contact postal address and email address, the unique identifier for the supplier, and the same information for each supplier that will no longer be party to the contract.